All right, so I'm super excited because today we finally got our shipment from ZOOZ Bikes. I'm really stoked about this. So I've been riding motorcycles for 5-6 years now. I've had everything from a Ninja 300 all the way up to the brand new BMW S1000 Delar. And now that I live in Los Angeles, I wanted something to be able to maneuver through downtown LA and have a little bit of fun. You know, gas prices are crazy now. So I went ahead and got this. I believe it's the Urban Ultralight 750. So this is one step below their 1100. First off, I just want to tell ZOOZ, this packaging is amazing. It looks super safe. When they came and delivered it to us, they use a third-party shipping company. The guys were super polite, you know, unloaded it really carefully. So I know anything that's in this box is gonna be perfectly safe. So yeah, let's go ahead and just open this up. Alrighty, so it says this side up. And shipping was pretty quick. I believe we placed the order on Thursday and we got it on Tuesday. So not bad for, what was that, 4 days, 4 business days? All right, so at first glance, yep, just like I expected here. So I just want to show the quality of packaging because this is super important. A lot of people cheap out on the packaging, but look, yeah, I feel super confident that whatever's in here is just perfect. So I'm excited. All right, so let's see. So ZOOZ does have a video on their YouTube channel pretty much breaking down what components you should charge first and all this and that. So I've already looked at that video, so I know this is the battery charger. Oh my goodness. Look at that branding. So cool. Okay. You're not going to confuse it for any other charger you have at home. And this, I believe, should be the pedals. Okay. Yep, we got some pedals. Very nice. Oh yeah, I like these. Okay. Put these down here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and lift it up. I'm gonna have my friend here help me so we don't damage this beautiful bike. Oh, my bad, camera. Okay, wow. Okay, so lay that down in the front and then, yeah, we can, let me just disassemble this foam here. Okay, hold that. Wow, I'm telling you, isn't the packaging crazy? Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and grab my wire cutters and start cutting up all these zip ties. One thing that I do want to warn you about is be careful, because if you're using something like these, which are very sharp, you don't want to confuse the black zip ties for any of the lines. So take your time when you're doing this. I'll get back to you as soon as all the parts are laid out, and then we'll continue the review. So now that we've removed the majority of the packing, what's really cool is like leave it on this foam stand. So if you're assembling it on your own, it is possible, but leave it on this so it doesn't lose balance. On the top here, there's the handlebar clamps, 6 millimeters, so just use a 6 millimeter Allen. Careful because there are some flat washers in there, so don't lose them. And then put these handlebars on. Make sure they are pointed in the right direction without the cables being tied up. Make sure they are sitting flush. You don't have to align it just yet. Just make sure it's in there. Start tightening it. I'm sure once this is on, if it's a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, you can just maneuver it by hand. So let me just put this clamp back on. I think the chrome gives it a very, so when we were kids, and I'm sure you can testify to this, when you would go to Walmart or you would go to Target on Christmas and you know your parents wanted to buy you a bike, you would always get that mongoose. And the mongoose was like chrome or black. This gives me such mongoose vibes, and I love it. Then just start touching this down. Don't torque them just yet, just have them down. All right, so now we're gonna install the ZOOZ pedals. So all we're gonna need is just a 15 millimeter box wrench. Now, this is super easy. Just have a buddy hold it as you're spinning it. Let me show you guys. Get this screwed in as much as you can by hand, maybe like a couple turns. What's really neat is one's counter, one's clockwise. So apparently this one's counter. And then just the box wrench, and you hold with one hand, spin with the other hand. Super easy. And what I really like about the packaging is they have like this, it's like a clear protection, like kind of like a saran wrap style. So once you're done installing this, you can remove that protective piece and you're good to go. Just be careful, don't put your finger in here, because if for some reason that wheel moves, your finger's getting chopped off, so be very careful. If I were you, follow the directions on the ZOOZ video, but we're gonna improvise a bit here. Okay, so now that's good. So I really wanted to talk about this seat because my uncle does upholstering. He's been doing it for like 10 plus years, and I know good seats when I see them, and this is super nice. Really, it looks like it has enough cushion to where like your butt's not gonna hurt if you ride this for an hour plus. I know it's not Alcantara, but it feels like Alcantara, but a little bit rougher. And then yeah, I feel like this is some sort of artificial leather on the side. But yeah, I really dig this seat. And I believe the reason why they made the seat so flat is because this bike is a one size fits all. So I'm 5'8", so maybe I need to sit a little bit closer. But somebody like Fortune, you know, he's 6'1", might have to sit a little bit further back in order for his legs to, you know, be a lot more comfortable. So I think that's why they made it. All right, let's get to the front of the wheel. Okay, so now we already went ahead and put the front wheel on. We haven't tightened anything down, but I did want to point out something. Please, when you're assembling this, do not touch any of the brakes, because if you do, you're going to close the brake pads on the caliper. This is an actual caliper, and then you're going to have to use like a flathead screwdriver to try to open it, but then you're going to scratch your pad, so please try to avoid that. I do want to walk you through like the washer situation, so come over here. And then this little yellow tab is going to be inserted inside of the pad, so make sure to take that out. But the way this goes is the flat washer goes in first, then you have this washer with a little hook, and that little hook gets inserted into this hole. I believe that's a guide. And then you have another flat washer, and then you have your acorn nut, and you just tighten that down and make sure the other side's the same, and then have a 15 on this side, 15 on the other side, and just start tightening it down. Okay, 15 on one side, 15 on the other side, and then just torque down, and then you're good to go. I really do like the safety guide here, so for some reason this does get loose. You do have to try pretty hard to take that out, so I do like that feature. Now the bike's pretty much done. If I were you, just go ahead and make sure to check every nut and bolt, tighten it, make sure nothing's loose, you know. It is already pre-assembled, so everything should be tight, but you know, as like a little safety feature, just make sure to do that on your own. And yeah, this thing's sweet. I really like it. All right, guys, so the bike is pretty much already built. All we're waiting for is that battery to get charged up. We do need to inflate the tires. I'm gonna put 35 PSI on the front and the rear. And then, yeah, we're gonna go ride this thing for a little bit. But honestly, I love this. Right off the bat, I haven't even put the battery on and got a feel for it, but it's just, it reminds me of my childhood. It's so crazy. I build stuff for a living, you know. I operate a manufacturing facility, and the build quality on this right off the bat is unbelievable. For the price point, it's definitely worth every penny. So I'm gonna fill up the tires at 35 PSI. So I got my little gauge here. Just take off this. 35. All right, same thing on the rear. We're gonna do 35 on the rear. Review, 10 out of 10. Love this bike. Best bang for your buck, I think, in the e-bike market right now. The chrome really stands out, but I think I'm gonna do a custom powder coating chrome just because I like very vibrant colors, so we're gonna do something like that. The battery life, I've been riding this for about 2 weeks now, and I love the battery life. I mean, we have it here in our shop, and we have another shop about 200 feet away, and I haven't had to charge it once, you know. And I've been out, I think we went out to McDonald's a couple times, right? And we just rode the bike out there. That's like 6 miles away. So battery life, I love it. I couldn't say anything better. Get one. I think the only thing that I would do to make this bike a little bit better, like from the factory, is a little bit more branding. Like up here, they would be really cool if like this can be yellow, you know, and then maybe like another ZOOZ logo, like on somewhere. I really dig the logo. I like yellow personally. We put the little ZOOZ decal up here in the front, and I love the way the chrome pops with the yellow. And then we're gonna keep this on here, so if anybody asks, just scan this QR code and it'll take you directly to their website. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Do some B-roll. Just stand still, I got this shit. Zoom! Oh, that would have been a $3,000 mistake right there.